Interesting bit of news came out with McGregor and Poirier. A little bit of discrepancy on whether or not McGregor is going to actually, their fight was in January, right? And it's now in April, and Poirier is going, hey, you guys didn't send us the money. It's been like 3 months now. What's going on?
So McGregor was meant to send to Poirier's foundation. What was it? How much? What was the amount?
500K.
500K. Well, there you go. And McGregor's saying, "Oh, we're not in debt to you as a donation. I'm still waiting to hear back from the plans for the money." And then Poirier's like, "Oh, well, you ducked me." And now McGregor, I've been screenshotting the tweets, but he just put this one out today.
He said, "Oh, the fight's off. I'll fight someone else." And then Kevin Lee put his hand up, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll fight you. Let me squeeze in Dana White."
Yeah. Then Rafael dos Santos like red panty night, and then Michael Chandler's like, "Oh, I'll be ready by then. Let's set it up." But McGregor said, "My team does their due diligence to make sure every donation meets the mark. My generosity is known. You will pay with your brain for this attempt at smearing my name, shooting ass, shelling ass, bitch, little bitch kicks from Michelle. Good luck.
Little bitch kicks from Michelle." Yeah.
And then he said, "The fight's off. Good luck on your old contract, kid."
Yeah, essentially, McGregor knows how much money he can make from this. Like, to be honest, I know he's gonna say like the fight's off. I really don't think the fight's off. I think this is just this is old Conor coming back, and rightfully so, right? When I first had a look at it, I was on Dustin Poirier's side, right? Because I was just like, it's been 3 months. Why wouldn't they get the money now? And then I thought about it a little bit more. I'm on McGregor's side because everyone's making the situation very similar to Khabib. Khabib never gave his own money. Khabib raffled off the shirts, wrote a check, and gave it to Poirier. But it was never his own money. It was other people's money. Okay. Right? Now, This is McGregor's own money through his own company, right? A company has shareholders, stockholders, and has executives and staff. A payment that's not, because Khabib's was about, I think, 100, 200K. McGregor's is 500 grand, right? Mm-hmm. Rightfully so, he should be told exactly where it's going to go. Anytime you're getting sponsored or anything like that, you are supposed to actually say, all right, if you're giving me 10, 20 grand, this is what it's, especially if you're an athlete, this is what it's going towards. It's going to so-and-so, like they're sponsoring gym equipment. Yeah. We are purchasing 3 racks. We are purchasing 4 sets of dumbbells. We are setting 2 Smith machines. You have a list of all the things that you're saying, hey, thank you so much for your donation. This is what we're spending on. Thank you. Can we accept the donation? Yeah, I'll send it to you now. That's exactly what happens, right? McGregor wants... the reason why he said that was, sadly, with a lot of foundations is you send the money, you never know where it goes. And it walks. And just like a lot of foundations, and that's what he said, it walks. Yeah. There's a lot of foundations, right? You'll send a lot of money, right? You'll never find out where it goes, right? Which is not the way it's supposed to be. If you're doing it for the right reasons, which I'm sure McGregor is, you want to know that the money is going the right place, and you can go, great, my 500K went to building this. Yeah,
correct. Because the funny that you put that up as well, because it just reminded me of last year when we had the remember when we had the bushfires and everybody sent all this money to the Red Cross, and then there was that come out that a lot of the money actually wasn't going to the families at all.
It's the way it goes. Yeah. These foundations can be, it's not just like, sometimes there is corruption. We've known all about a lot of foundations where it never goes to the people it's supposed to, which is really sad, right? Mm. When there's a middleman, sometimes there's an issue when the foundation is the middleman. Whoever's there, humans are humans. They can be greedy, they can be envious, they can do these things like that and take the money for themselves or spend it in areas which it is their money. Just because they've given it to you doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want with the money. It's my foundation, right? You have to tell them you have a responsibility. If you're receiving free money, right, you should tell them this is what it's going to be spent on. And that's what McGregor is saying. He says, and even his manager, Adi Attar, he went and said, I don't know why you're fronting. We went out for dinner and things like that. We had a nice conversation. We simply want to know, and we've been waiting on the plans for them to be drafted, right? Because obviously there's a lot of paperwork involved. The plans, what is going to happen, And I, to be honest, at first I was thinking Poirier's right. It's been 3 months. 3 months is tons. You know, McGregor's a wealthy man, right? But wealthy or not, 500K is a lot of money to anyone, right? Even to someone like Floyd Mayweather. 500K is a lot. You want to know where your money's going, right? And I think rightfully so. All they were doing was just innocently waiting. Maybe Poirier is just writing up the plans. We don't see. Again, all speculation. Poirier says they've sent out like 3 emails and had no reply, right? But whether or not that's true or not, we don't know. There's no actual proof. Yeah. That's the tough thing. It's hard to be on McGregor's side when you don't quite understand. But you can understand each other's points, right? Yeah. But it's, again, still speculation. It'd be funny if McGregor just takes the screenshots of the emails and puts them out just like he did the screenshots for the tweets. Because
well, what I was reading was, you know how the idea that Khabib and Conor was sold completely on the idea of beef alone?
Yeah.
If this sparks up a little bit of beef, then this is going to jump up the rematch. This is going to jump up the trilogy in terms of ratings.
Yeah, and I'm sure Dana's going to be like, fuck yeah, let's go for it.
On it.
Yeah, exactly.
Countdown. Where are the hashtag release the emails?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all this is going to do is just add fire to the McGregor trilogy. I don't, just because he was just like, oh, it's off, right? Again, McGregor has a lot of power. He's the biggest name. He could go at any division. He could be in fucking heavyweight, for fuck's sake. And people would still pay an enormous amount of money to watch him, right? He's the biggest name. And he knows his worth, right? He knows how much money he's made for the company, right? So when Poirier was being a dickhead, you know, I honestly think he was being a dickhead, right? Because this shouldn't have been out on tweets, right? And I get you're upset, and I get it, you're doing it for the right reasons. It's supposed to go towards children, but you know, all right. Let's say those 3 emails are correct. They are reality, and they've sent 3 emails out. Maybe they didn't agree with the emails. Doesn't matter. They didn't reply, right? It's not right for you just to go on Twitter. It's not that professional to go on Twitter and just be like, yeah, you also predicted to give me a donation. Still waiting on it.
Especially coming from Poirier as well. He's not the kind of guy who does that on Twitter.
Perhaps because he got the knockout win over McGregor. It's a little bit different now. Feels he's got a little bit more. I don't know. But I honestly, I think you would agree too. It was the wrong way to go about it. I think if emails aren't working, you call them. You get other parties involved, or legal parties involved, whatever. Right? That's fine. But to do it out on Twitter, like, oh yeah, thanks Poirier for calling me out. I'll go send you your money now. It would also make McGregor look like a huge bitch as well. If he was just like, okay Poirier, I'll go get the money now. He's gonna go, fuck you Poirier. See you later. I'll go get someone else. I'll go make a huge amount of money with someone else. Go back to your old contract. Yeah. That's what happens. They're in a very sticky situation where McGregor's got a lot of power and Poirier's airing out dirty laundry that probably the world probably shouldn't be seeing right now or hearing about. I don't know. It's very interesting. But firstly, on Poirier's side, now I'm on McGregor's, and it's interesting. The next couple of days we'll get a little bit more clarity. But after this, after you chase up money of 500K for charity for children on Twitter and smearing, he's essentially smearing someone's name, right? Honestly, it doesn't help. It doesn't make the payment go any quicker.
Yeah, no. They're probably going to delay it now as well.
If they're going to delay it, they'll be like, all right, we'll take a little bit more time. Or I'll give my 500K to some other charity. Fuck your charity.
Yeah, fuck your charity.